Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace controlled. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build. Tier 1 setup shop.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studios. My name's Pat Wilkinson. Up in the booth, joining me tonight are the voices inside my head alongside my good friends, myself and I, as we rejoin the Wild West Racing League here at Talladega Superspeedway. We are getting ready for this 60-lap race out here tonight. Talladega, 2.66 mile tri-oval, 540 feet above sea level, 55 mile an hour pit road, speed limit 71 degrees in the air, 114 on the track, with a 1 mile an hour northbound wind on a perfectly dry surface out here at Talladega Superspeedway. Keith Ayers so far with the fastest time. Dakota Henderson, Justin Bell, Scott Rush, Mike Presley, Ace Campbell, Gene Watkinson, and Michael Loveless rounding out so far this 8-car field out here tonight. Apologies. Keith Ayers with the fastest time, 45.434. Dakota Henderson with a 45.591. Justin Bell with a 45.6. Scott Rush with a 45.8. Mike Presley with a 45.9. Ace Campbell with a 46.2. Gene Watkinson with a 46.9. And Michael Loveless with a 47.0. A lot of good cars out on the track tonight, despite the small field. Mike Daughtery also joining at the last minute. We jump on over to our friend Michael Loveless down in 8th, drafting off the back bumper of the 04 of Scott Rush. Through the tri-oval and into turn 1 we go. Raiders Wasteland 04 leading the 68 Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation car. Back around down the backstretch we go. This broadcast is brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the Zombie Apocalypse weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Thank you all for joining us out here tonight with 2 minutes to go here at Talladega in practice. As Michael Loveless goes for a wild ride. Let's jump back and take another look at that. That was a huge one. Off of turn 2. Bounces off the wall, tries getting it straightened back out, clips the rear bumper, and it just lifts up over, sending him sideways and destroying that race car. Almost coming back across the racing surface out here tonight. Everybody's starting to join up for drivers meeting as Mike and Nick Daughtery both join up last minute. Very close call for those two guys joining up. Apologies, trying to help our friend Brett Bullard, the owner of Tier 1 Setup Shop and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube, help us get situated for our current broadcaster problem. Just so this, I'm going to tear off the Band-Aid. Not this coming Tuesday, next Tuesday, September 1st, will be my final weeknight broadcast here on Tier 1 Studios, because I am back to work on September 2nd for nighttime shift exclusively. I've tried every trick in the book. I am not able to get out of it. I can't leave work early. So that's just the way it has to be. So unfortunately, weekday broadcasts will be coming to an end starting September 1st, but we will still be live on weekends. So hopefully we do get some more folks here for the 1987 series here at Talladega tonight, and for the remainder of the 1987 season. As we head over into qualifying, Keith Ayers, the first car out on the racetrack. Rolling it out down into turn 1 we go. In the Crisco number 19, Scott Rush also joining on the racetrack. We take a look at the exit of turn 2, ready to get racing out here tonight. Down the backstretch we go with Keith Ayers. Into turn 3, all the way up to the high side we go, running nice and high through the beautiful banking here at Talladega Superspeedway. Off of turn 4 and back around. That number 19 Crisco Chevrolet, Buick, excuse me. So used to saying Chevrolet. Across the start-finish line for his first flying lap out here tonight. Green flag is out as he charges down into turn 1. First car out on the surface here at Talladega. Very hot racetrack that's going to be shredding these 1987 Goodyear Eagle tires, especially here at a super speedway in a open setup race is going to be a very unique challenge for all of these guys. I believe outside of Draftmaster's B-Class 1987 series is the only other time you will see an open setup 1987 Cup car. And very few people run those, unfortunately, to my understanding. So this is going to be quite the unique challenge here at Talladega. Crossing the start-finish line, 19 of Keith Ayers with an opening time, 45.598 to beat. What a run for his opening lap. Scott Rush still on the racetrack. Dakota Henderson recovering back to pit road. Number 19 Buick still going on here. Let's see who else is going to be setting a time in the first part of qualifying out here tonight. Back into turn 3, all the way around into turn 4 now. 19 Crisco Buick of Keith Ayers. So far with the only time set, Ace Campbell with a 46.740. Not a bad time. Justin Bell off the circuit. And back on, Keith Ayers will not improve, but holds first at the time being. Mike Presley up to third. Scott Rush down in fourth with a 49.8. Not a lap that he would have wanted. Let's see if he can improve. Nick Daugherty up to fourth in the number 25. I'm not certain if he has a paint job or not, so we're going to reload the paints. Just in case. Always good to make sure. Yeah. And I'm also going to remember to end my own qualifying run because I'm a bit of a dummy. Back around into turns 3 and 4, 25 of Nick Daugherty. Keeping the pressure up, rolling it nice and high off the exit of turn 4. Charging down into the tri-oval, nice and all the way down to the bottom line. Back around through the tri-oval and across the start-finish line. Nick Daugherty, will he improve from a 47.104? He does, but will not improve position. Mike Daugherty in the 56 with a 47.228. Looking to improve as well. Scott Rush moving up to second, 45.72. Mike Presley with a 45.8. Mike Daugherty beating Ace Campbell with the 46.07. 46.707. With a 46.666, the demonic number 56. Dakota Henderson, Gene Watkinson, Justin Bell, and Michael Loveless yet to set a time out here tonight. Mike Daugherty bringing it back on down to the bottom of the racetrack here at Talladega Superspeedway. Again, waiting on the final 4 cars to put up their best time out here tonight. Justin Bell with an off track. Let's jump on back and take a look. Oh! Oh, no. Let's take a rewind here and take a look at what happened. Justin Bell sends it down into turn 3, gets it loose, slides it out, tries recovering it, overcorrects, and it just sends him into the wall. Up and over he goes. There we go. We are now in warm-ups here at Talladega. Sorry. I forgot I was in the... Pit lane. No, we have no one on... Okay, we have nobody joining the racing surface quite yet. A little unusual. Nobody coming on out quite yet. Whoa. What was that? Whatever it was, it scared the crap out of me. Oh, it was my mouse. There goes my mouse. The most important thing. Where'd my mouse go? There we go. Caught you, Jerry. You're old like me if you get that reference. Anyway, Ace Campbell, only car on the track for warm-ups at the moment. Just coming back on around. Gene Watkinson in the 111 going on past now. We jump over to the exit of turn 2. 728 of Ace Campbell. And the 111 of Gene Watkinson coming on out to set their first flying laps of the night. 728 pulling on down to the bottom of the racetrack as we head over into the race itself. Warm-ups and qualifying are now over here at Talladega. So we take a look at the active grid. Keith Ayers, Scott Rush, Mike Presley, Mike Daugherty, excuse me. Ace Campbell, Nick Daugherty, Michael Loveless, Dakota Henderson, Justin Bell, down in 9th. One heck of a crew out here tonight. And then Gene Watkinson starting in 10th. Ignore the fact it says 11th. I promise he's starting in 10th. Anyway. Waiting on Keith Ayers, Mike Daugherty, Michael Loveless, and Dakota Henderson to join up for the session out here tonight. Good crew of drivers in this race. 60 laps of green flag action ready to go here at Talladega. Michael Loveless joining. Everyone's gridded. We are ready to race here at Talladega. Yep, there we go. Pace car rolling off. We are ready to race. Keith Ayers in the Crisco number 14. 04 of Scott Rush alongside him in the Raiders Wasteland 04. Mike Daugherty in the 56. Mike Presley in the WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast Jesus is the Lord number 0. Nick Daugherty in the number 25. Ace Campbell in the Campbell's Classic Chicken Soup, now sponsored happily by Dubby, his first official sponsor. Welcome to the crew, my friend. Funny story, I am also a Dubby affiliate, it's just I don't use it too much. It's all good. Dakota Henderson down in 7th. One of the best drivers in the league. Very repeat high-speed driver. So hopefully he's able to catch up out here tonight. Michael Loveless in the 68 Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation car. Failing to qualify, so he will start down in 8th. Justin Bell in the number 8 with a monstrous crash in qualifying. Let's see if he can manage to recover that out here tonight here at Talladega Superspeedway. Gene Watkinson, the last car on the field in the Pepsi 111, looking to make the most of his situation at the moment. Do what he can to run a hell of a race out here tonight at Talladega. Jumping back up to our race leader. Rolling off of turn 4 we go. Pace car getting ready to dive on down pit road this time. Sorry. Pace car down pit road. Rolling up into the Yellowwood Tri-Oval we go. Waiting on the restart zone. Rolling on up. Green flag, green flag, green flag is in the air. We are racing out here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. Everybody away clean, charging down into turn 1. A little bit of contact between the 19 and the 04 of Scott Rush early on as everyone starts picking up some speed. 19 of Keith Ayers with a huge head of speed down into turn 1 with a bit of a blink. Still blinking out here tonight. We'll jump on over to Scott Rush. Scott Rush on the outside with the 56 pushing. 19 starting to get left behind here by this crew on the high side. Not 04, 56, and the 5 running together on the high side through turns 3 and 4 we go. Mike Presley in the 0 looking to slide up with them perhaps. 5 of Henderson. Whoop, 19 of Keith Ayers already coming down pit road. Not sure if he's got a problem, but Keith Ayers already down pit road. 04 of Scott Rush leading the way now in the Raiders Wasteland. 04 trying to snake on down to the bottom ahead of Mike Presley. Dakota Henderson behind. 8 of Justin Bell with them. Couple teammates trying to work together. 56 of Mike Daughtery with a huge group here, just starting to run away with it. 3 wide down into turn 3 for just a moment there. 68 of Michael Lovelace. Fumbling over myself. Looking to get involved with the action. Charging through turns 3 and 4. 3 lanes of racing at the moment. 5 of Henderson up front. Keith Ayers leaving pit road now. Not sure what happened there. He might not have filled up his car after qualifying. That may have been what happened out here tonight. Keith Ayers about to go a lap down on the apron. 8 of Justin Bell out of nowhere, also right up front. 68 of Michael Lovelace, spoiled for choice for drafting partners as we continue on down the backstretch we go. Michael Lovelace pushing the 5 of Henderson down the backstretch into turn 3 we go. 3 wide behind. Mike Presley, Mike Daughtery, and Scott Rush were 3 wide for just a moment there. Jumping on down to Ace Campbell in the 728 car. Trying to work with the 04 of Scott Rush. 25 aim to go with him for just a moment. 25 running the midline all by himself at the moment. 8 and the 04 starting to link up a little bit here. 04 trying to catch up to the 8 car of Justin Bell. 0 of Mike Presley sliding out in front, trying to give that extra draft to the 04 now. 728 of Ace Campbell off of turn 2, still behind the 04. Whoa, we got trouble! Michael Lovelace around and into the wall on the backstretch, trying to keep it straight, but the car completely destroyed. We are still green flag here as the 68 tries to keep it rolling, but he is toast. 68 of Michael Lovelace destroyed off the backstretch. No caution. That's a surprise for me at least. 5 of Henderson almost swiping across the bumper of the 8 of Justin Bell, giving him a little bit of a shot on the door. We continue on down through turns 3 and turn 1 we go. Excuse me. I get lost on ovals easy apparently. 5 of 60. Henderson in the 5, 8 of Bell behind, alongside. 728 looking up the inside of the 5 as we continue on down the backstretch. 3 wide for the lead once again out here tonight. 728 with a huge burst of speed. Now side drafting off the 8 of Justin Bell. Ace Campbell up to the lead of this race here at Talladega, but nobody wanting to go with him. Stuck on the bottom. Plenty of time left out here tonight. Michael Lovelace, SOL in terms of overall racing condition out here tonight. Not the way he wanted his night to go, but it does happen here at Talladega. Hopefully he will be able to get some of that time back when we do, or if we do, go under caution. 19 of Keith Ayers, a lap down, but with this lead group trying to get back up towards the front. unlap himself and at least start working towards not being a lap down when a caution comes out. Would definitely be most helpful as he bounces up into the wall off of turn 3. Nick Daugherty with a crash. Ooh, another big one. Gene Watkinson with a crash as well. Gene Watkinson already towed back down to pit road. Whoa! Okay, so I think we need to take a look at the wrecks. So 111 of Gene Watkinson, way back here. 25 loses it all on his own. Drifts it around. Tries doing his best Tokyo Drift impression. 111 comes along at a $190, I'm assuming, and just gets absolutely taken out. Days of Thunder style wreck for Gene Watkinson, upside down and on his roof. Nick Daugherty also down pit road. Michael Loveless back out. Only 2 laps down, probably going to be 3 laps down this time by. Nope, just 2. What a surprise for that. Michael Loveless down 2. Keith Ayers still down 1. 8 of Justin Bell leading the way. Ace Campbell up to second, holding still. Showing off those new sponsors with pride. Ace Campbell in the number 728. Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, or Classic Chicken Soup, excuse me. Number 728, now sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. Always good to see moving up in the world happen. 5 of Henderson with a huge head of steam out of nowhere, charging in towards the back bumper of the 8. 19 of Keith Ayers still running with his lead pack out here tonight. Only a lap down. 68 of Michael Loveless also just about 2 laps down as well. Nick Daugherty entering the pits now. Loveless moving past him. Watkinson still down pit road. Daugherty still down pit road. Justin Bell and Ace Campbell still racing each other for first out front here. 5 of Henderson really helping that number 8 car. Off of turn 2, down the backstretch we go. 728 of Ace Campbell holding the bottom line. Might not have as much speed down there without the draft helping. Holding that bottom line is going to be also shredding their tires out here tonight as he slides up a little bit towards the 19 of Keith Ayers. 0 of Mike Presley alongside him. 68 of Michael Loveless behind him. 04 and the 56 of Scott Rush and Mike Daugherty also right there. Keith Ayers unlapping himself from Ace Campbell at the moment. Nick Daugherty leaving pit road. Gene Watkinson also leaving pit road, excuse me. If only I could English goodlier, I promise. 728 trying to get clean air over that nose. Not sure if he's overheating that number 728 car, but doing the best he can to run with his lead pack. 10 laps of 60, 1/6 of the way into this race. 3 wide through turn 3 and into turn 4 we go. 8 of Justin Bell still leading the way by just over half a second. Mike Presley in second. Starting to move up now. Excuse me. Dakota Henderson on the high side in third. 04 of Scott Rush down in fifth. 728 of Ace Campbell in fourth. Mike Daugherty in the 56 down in sixth. Keith Ayers a lap down in the 19, but trying to unlap himself from Justin Bell. 19 of Keith Ayers way loose off of turn 2. Managed to keep it straight, but lost a lot of speed doing it. 728 in the 5, drag race down the backstretch into turn 3. 728 relenting the position, sliding way up high, trying to keep that momentum going. A lot of good cars starting to fall off tire-wise. You can definitely see who's starting to struggle. 728 with a little bit of a shimmy off of turn 2. Trying to sneak back down in front of the 04 of Scott Rush just behind him. Scott Rush leading the 56 still. Again, at some point here, it's Talladega. You need to remember, these cars are not going to last if you run the hell out of them for too long or too hard. Nick Daugherty back down pit road. Whoop, 19 to Keith Ayers, sliding up to the high side once again. 0 of Mike Presley trying to go with him. Justin Bell is unlapped. Whoa! 5 gives a shot to the 8 and turns the 19 right in front of the field. Still no caution. 19 of Keith Ayers spinning out. Nope, that wasn't Keith Ayers. That was, no, who was that? That was Justin Bell. Justin Bell backwards in the grass off of turn 3. Caution is out. So it didn't count any of the rest of this as a crash in the telemetry. That makes no sense. But let's take another look here. And I'm going to actually go down to far chase. So the 5 netcode doors him a little bit sideways, turns the 19. 8's along for the ride at this point. He didn't intend to hit the 19 here. 0 of Presley just had nowhere to go. 728 Ace Campbell leaves the throttle hard down. 04 Scott Rush, Michael Lovelace, and the 56 of Mike Daughtery all managed to get around it. 8 of Justin Bell still sliding out off of the bank, off of turn 3. Some pretty good damage for the 8 of Justin Bell as he goes down pit road. Ace Campbell with a crash. What happened to you, my friend? Waiting up for the pace car and spins under pace car conditions. And crunches it against the wall. Not what you like to see, especially this early on into the race. First caution of the night here at Talladega Superspeedway with the Wild West Racing League. Appreciate all of you coming out and joining us for the race out here tonight. 728 is going to forego the damage and stay out. A bold move for the 728. Sorry, I just keep forgetting how slow things go under caution. It's like, I'm not sure if the game glitched out. I'm still at quarter speed. We're fine. Keith Ayers getting his lap back out here tonight. Michael Lovelace still down, I believe, 2. Wrong one. Yes, still down 2 laps. Ace Campbell will be your leader on the restart here at Talladega.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all 3 eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Let's see if we can get the 8 of Justin Bell in here. Justin Bell, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
You sound thrilled.
I'm dejected. I mean, we're running really aggressively, only 14, 15 laps in this race, 3 wide. I get it. Like, runs come really fast, but there's no reason to bump and run people going into the turn like there. But, 5 car there had to, thought he needed the space, and he got up into me. So we'll just see how the rest of this race runs for the 5 car and me. And I guess 5 and 8 rivalry is back again. But I kind of hate it, but I just wanted to run a nice, clean race here. So,
well, hey, we'll let you get back onto it. You're at least still on the lead lap in 5th. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we let you go?
I mean, yeah, just hope the rest of this race is good. These cars are really fun to drive. I wish we had a little bit more guys, but I think we're all right. We'll be fine.
All right, well, best of luck to you out there. Thanks for joining us up in the booth, and best of luck.
Thanks, bud.
You heard the man. The number 8 of Justin Bell is potentially out for blood against that number 5 of Dakota Henderson, lining up side by side with the 728 of Ace Campbell. Campbell again did crunch his front right a little bit there, coming back around towards the pace car queue. Everybody back out on the racetrack. Gene Walkinson down 2, Michael Loveless down 2, Nick Daughtery, down 4 in 10th. Unfortunate for him, and obviously I am not in the race, so I don't count. Wild West Racing League is brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland, offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Pace car about to go on down pit road this time. 728 to Ace Campbell on the point. Continue back on around and into the tri-oval we go. Ready to go green flag action once again here at Talladega. Past the Yellowwood infield. Through the restart zone we go. Green flag is in the air. We are racing once again here at Talladega. 728 with a botched start, I can tell you that immediately. As we get underway, 728 did not get away cleanly. 5 of Henderson away like a bullet. He is going for it out here tonight here at Talladega. 728 finally starting to pick up some speed as we roll off of turns 1 and 2. Might have missed a shift, leading to that car not taking off quite as nicely as he hoped. But starting to reel in the 8 of Justin Bell already. Mike Daughtery in the 56, leading the way now. Coming back around into turn 3 and 4 we go. 56 of Daughtery doing the best he can to run away from everybody at the moment. 5 of Henderson, 728 of Campbell, and the 8 of Bell behind. 56 and the 8 running pretty well together, about 3 or 4 car lengths between the two. 8 of Bell trying to get some cleaner over the nose of that car. Back on down through turns 1 and 2, past the pit road exit, and down the backstretch we go. Justin Bell reeling in the 56 all the way down into turn 3. About a car length between the two, starting to open up again. 56 of Daughtery, who can really drive that car in there. Off of turn 4 and charging through the short chute into the tri-oval we go once again. Here we go down to no viewers on YouTube. Very sad, very sad. 18 of 60 this time by, just about a third of the way into the race. 5 of Henderson leading the rest of the field behind. Ace Campbell behind. 0 of Mike Presley. 19 of Keith Ayers in the 19 Crisco machine, also right here as well. Scott Rush in the 04 Raiders Wasteland machine. 68 of Michael Loveless, down 2 laps. Gene Walkinson at the very tail end of the field. Nick Daughtery in the 25, 4 laps down out here tonight at Talladega. Still plenty of time to go out here tonight. Everybody trying to get single file once again, try to run down the 56 and the 8 as they continue on working well with each other. 8 of Justin Bell, 56 of Mike Daughtery leading the way. 8 starting to take a look to the outside. Knows he doesn't quite have the momentum to do that yet. Still about a car length between the two of them as we roll off of turn 2 now. Charging down the backstretch we go. A lot of speed out here tonight at Talladega with the 1987 series here with the Wild West Racing League. We thank you all for joining us once again. Rolling back around through turn 3 and into turn 4 we go. Right over to the midline off of turn 4, keeping that momentum into the tri-oval. 5 of Henderson starting to pick up some speed. 0 of Presley starting to fall back a little bit. Scott Rush, Keith Ayers, Ace Campbell, last car on the lead lap. Michael Loveless down 2, Gene Walkinson down 2, Nick Daughtery down 4. Mike Daughtery leading the way. Henderson with about a car length between him and the 8. 56 sliding up to the high side. Not sure if he has just shredded those Goodyear Eagle tires, but he is stuck up on the high side. 8 of Justin Bell back up to the lead of this race. 5 of Henderson trying to draft with them. 5 of Henderson all over the bumper of the 8 once again out here tonight. This might be some risky business we're about to see on the inside line. 8 of Justin Bell leading the way. 5 of Henderson hot on his heels. 0 of Presley. Nope, 56 of Daughtery, then the 0 of Presley, excuse me. 0-4 of Rush. Whoa, 56 up into the wall. 68 of Michael Loveless up into the wall as well off of turn 2. 8 and the 5, despite the little bits of animosity between the two drivers at the moment, working together well for the time being. About a car length between them once again. 0 of Mike Presley, also railing them in. Scott Rush and Mike Daughtery right here as well. A little bit of distance between all of them, but doing the best they can to run together. Start pulling away from the 19 of Keith Ayers and the 728 of Ace Campbell. Campbell starting to fall back here, almost half a second behind off of Ayers. Ayers almost a full second behind off of Daughtery. Off of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go once again. 25 of Nick Daughtery down 4 laps and blinking in and out of existence. Not helping out anybody in that backpack. They don't know where he's going to be. And when those cars do blink out, fun fact, they do actually take away the arrow of the car in front of you. So no matter what you do, you might not have any aerodynamic help from the draft if the car is not there on your screen. 8 of Justin Bell completely sideways through the tri-oval. Not sure if that was intentional. Sure didn't look it, but one big slide for the 8 as we continue on racing out here tonight at Talladega. 5 of Dakota Henderson trying to reel him in still on of turn 2, and onto the backstretch we go once again. Thank you all for rejoining us if you come back to watch. 0 of Mike Presley trying to help out his teammate in the number 8 of Justin Bell. Back around through turn 3 and into turn 4 we go. Off of 4 and through the short chute into the tri-oval. 5 of Henderson all over the bumper of the 8. Pabst White Trash number 5 out here tonight. Now 5 completely sideways through the tri-oval. Coming over towards 25 laps of 60 this time by here at Talladega with a Wild West Racing League 1987 Cup Series. 8 of Justin Bell running all the way down on the yellow lines. Got to be a little bit careful about that. 5 of Henderson sliding way up high off of turn 2. Not sure if he meant to do that, but up there he is now. 0 of Mike Presley starting to reel him in. 0-4 of Scott Rush. 3 Enzyme Motorsports out of the 4. Running together well at the moment. 0-4 under pressure from the 5 of Henderson. 0 and the 8 of Mike Presley and Justin Bell leading the way once again out here tonight. 5 of Henderson trying to reel in Mike Presley. 0-4 Scott Rush did not quite have the momentum to join them up in third, but is trying to run down the 5 of Henderson. Ace Campbell 5 seconds behind the leaders at the moment. Those Goodyear Eagle tires almost completely destroyed out here tonight on this very hot racing surface here at Talladega. Continuing back on around through turns 3 and 4 we go. Let's actually jump on down over to Ace Campbell. Running in this pack with the 68 of Michael Loveless, the 25 of Nick Daughtery, and the 111 of Gene Watkinson. Whoa, bit of a slide from the 728, sending the 25 into evasive maneuvers to get away from 19 of Keith Ayers, trying to get past the 111. 111 blocking the inside line. 728 trying to run down the 68 of Michael Loveless just ahead of him. Trying to get back up to Michael Loveless, start working with him, knowing he's a fast driver. But these Goodyear tires that they are all on are definitely going to be wearing out. Especially to the fact of Ace Campbell did not pit at that first caution. He may be trying to run halfway before needing to pit. 19 of Keith Ayers blowing his doors off with the help from Michael Loveless just ahead of him. 111 and the 25 looking at go ahead of the 728 now. 728 braking and coming on down pit road this time. Justin Bell with a crash in the tri-oval. Caution is out. Take a look at what happened here. Adolf Bell loses it off of turn 4. Not sure if he meant to come on down to pit road. I'm assuming he was trying to and missed the pit road entry. Loses it and managed to get it slowed down. But both him and Ace Campbell may have a EOL or a stop and go penalty out here tonight here at Talladega Super Speedway. Not the way these guys wanted to have their night go. Ace Campbell down pit road. Justin Bell getting towed on back. Mike Presley in the lead, debating on coming down pit road. Dakota Henderson trying to deke somebody out. Doesn't quite do it. Scott Rush staying out as they all slow down for the pace car queue to come on up. Mike Daugherty aiming to go down pit road this time. Gene Watkinson looking to go down pit road. 68 of Michael Loveless going to be the lucky dog out here tonight. Justin Bell is out of the race, according to the timesheet. Very unfortunate for our friend Justin Bell. 5 of Henderson, 0 of Presley, and the 0-4 of Scott Rush. All slowing down for the pace car. Pace car just trundling on by now. Wild West Racing League brought to you in part by WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. We're back once again. A couple of cars aiming to go down pit road this time. 05, 04, and the 25 all heading down pit road. 68 of Michael Loveless also coming on down pit road. Mike Daugherty will be in control of the race. Ace Campbell also staying out with him. Justin Bell is out of the race. Not what anybody wants to see out here tonight at Talladega. Mike Daugherty will be on the point for the restart. .111 of Gene Watkinson. Most likely going to get the wave around. Everybody pretty much single file at this point for the restart. 56 leading the way. 728 behind the 111 of Gene Watkinson. 5 of Henderson behind him. 0 of Mike Presley charging up. Get back in line. Scott Rush right behind him. Keith Ayers still down pit road. We might just be doing single file restarts. Unless we're going to be going around one more time to give Gene Watkinson the opportunity to get on around. Pace car is off. Everybody single file for the restart out here tonight. Rolling up towards the restart zone we go. Second caution of the night coming to a close. Green flag is out. We are racing once again here at Talladega. Ace Campbell with a much better restart this time. 111 of Gene Watkinson getting out of the way, doing his best to roll off out here tonight. Ace Campbell up to second. Gene Watkinson in third, trying to push the 728 up to the 56 as we get rolling out here tonight once again. Down the backstretch we go. 728 Ace Campbell up to the lead at the moment. 5 of Dakota Henderson shoving him all the way down halfway into this race. This time by Ace Campbell leading the way here once again at Talladega. 728 off of turn 3. Down the short, or off of turn 4, excuse me, down the short chute into turn 4. Good bit ahead of Dakota Henderson. Mike Presley behind him, though, going to get to him quite fast if they don't keep this momentum going at the moment as we continue on down into turn 1. 5 of Henderson starting to reel him in once again. 728 of Ace Campbell. Off of turn 2 and down the backstretch we go, trying to get in line with the number 5. 5 of Henderson, just too fast for him. Not going to be able to stick in line together. 0 of Mike Presley looking up the middle. The entry of turn 3. 111 of Gene Watkinson giving a punt to the 68 of Michael Loveless. Loveless only a lap down now. 728 of Ace Campbell. Still on the inside, 5 of Henderson getting some help from the 68 on the high side as we continue on back around through the tri-oval. 5 of Henderson starting to lead the way now. Trying to dive down in front of the 728. 68 of Michael Loveless, albeit a lap down, giving the push of a lifetime to his newfound teammate in Dakota Henderson off of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go again. Ace Campbell still registered as the leader. 0 of Mike Presley trying to shove him down the backstretch we go. Half a car between the two of them. A lot of aero racing trying to happen out here tonight. 0-4 Scott Rush in the Raiders Wasteland. 0-4 trying to catch up and help out here tonight. Just can't seem to do it. 728 clears the Zero's nose just a little bit to help him get some clean air over it. 728 slides down in front. Back into turns 1 and 2 we go. 5 in the 68. Really running the hell out of each other here at the moment. 728 Ace Campbell doing the best he can off of turn 2. 0 of Mike Presley abandoning him and going up to the high side to join the 5 and run together with them. 5 of Mike Presley up to the lead at the moment. 728 stuck on the bottom, managing to make it work for the moment by himself. We continue on around through turn 4. On to the short chute we go and into the tri-ovals. Mike Presley officially gets ahead. Not sure if Mike Presley is going to try and rejoin the 728 on the bottom and help lead the 728. 5 of Henderson and the 68 of Loveless going on by now. 0-4 of Scott Rush also working that midline above the 728. 728 of Ace Campbell getting a little bit of aero help from the 0 as the 0 dove way down to the bottom of the racetrack off of turn 2 for just a moment. Helped him out. 728 with some good speed, though, down the backstretch into turn 3. Despite not having the draft, 728 of Ace Campbell really having a great night out here tonight. 68 of Lovelace looking up the inside. Let's see if he's going to go with him. No, he's not. 68 of Michael Lovelace trying to get back on the lead lap, almost giving the fender to the 0 of Mike Presley. It's the Mike, Michael, and Mike show out here tonight. Mike Daugherty currently down in 5th, watching on in the number 56 at the edge of your screen there. 728 of Ace Campbell back up to the lead officially by a little margin here. 68 of Michael Lovelace trying to lead the 5 and the 56 behind him. 0 of Mike Presley slides up to the high side. 728 tries the arrow block a little bit, just can't quite make it happen. Back down to the bottom. 0 of Presley we're still riding on board with. 728 still in the lead off of turn 4. Down the short chute, 0. Taking the slipstream from the 728, sliding up across the nose of the 68, overdrives it a little bit, almost chops the 68's nose off through the tri-oval and back across the start-finish line, and up to the lead he goes again. 68 of Michael Lovelace right there behind him. 5 of Henderson starting to reel them all in as well. 5 of Dakota Henderson we're actually going to jump on board to and go straight on to Gyrocam for the first time out here tonight. 728 at the edge of your screen there, just falling behind the timing tower as Henderson slides way up high to the high side of turn 3, and through turn 4 we go. Beautiful driving out here tonight from the 5 of Dakota Henderson at the moment. 728 of Ace Campbell just ahead. Huge burst of speed down the front stretch we go, past the start-finish line. Reeling in the 0 of Mike Presley. 5 of Henderson has a lot of speed on the straights, but seems to struggle through these turns. Not sure if his tires are giving up or what the deal is, but he just cannot seem to keep that speed going as he settles in behind the 728. 68 of Michael Lovelace back onto the lead lap, leading the way at the moment. 0 of Mike Presley stuck on the high side by himself. Coming down towards 23 laps to go. 0 of Mike Presley trying to get in between the 5 and the 728. Just can't quite make it happen. 68 sliding out a little bit. 728 big drift through the tri-oval, excuse me. Back through turns 1 and 2, 728 clips the apron, big drift through turn 1. What a save from the 728, almost sending himself around. Still kind of arrow blocking the 5 of Henderson as we continue on back around towards the entry of turn 3. Whoop, that's the 0. 0 of Mike Presley's got a whole lot of damage. Sorry, hang on here. What happened to Mike Presley? It doesn't actually say what happened to Mike Presley. All I know is that he's had a big wall up somewhere along the way. Huge damage for the 0 of Mike Presley. It doesn't even show me that he's crashed at all, but very apparently... Very apparently, he has had a monstrous issue out here tonight. Let's take a look at what happened. Jump on over to here. Let's see what happened. 0 of Presley slams into the wall and sends it flying down into the infield and manages to keep it rolling. Not the night he wanted to have. Dakota Henderson side by side with the 728. 21 laps to go. 728 Ace Campbell and the 5 of Dakota Henderson having one hell of a battle out here tonight for the lead. 68 of Michael Lovelace helping both of them out indirectly. 0 of Scott, 0-4, excuse me, of Scott Rush. Also right here as well in third, reeling them all in. 56 of Mike Daugherty also right there as well. 1/3 race length left to go out here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. Question is, will anybody want to pit again in the dying laps of this race? 728 trying to get away from the 5. 5 of Henderson back in the lead officially. 728 relenting the position. We start rolling down into turn 1 once again. 68 still leading at the moment. Charging down into the entry of turn 3, running the midline all the way up and through it. Sliding down to the bottom 5 of Henderson, starting to pull away from Ace Campbell and Scott Rush. Rush and Campbell getting a huge burst of speed off of the exit of turn 4 as I'm struggling to find my starter cam. There we go. I'm seeing the hearts in chat, appreciating that very much. 25, big time sideways, sliding down to the bottom of the racetrack. 25 of Nick Daugherty, spinning out across the infield on the bottom of the racetrack. Keeping it rolling, no caution with 19 laps to go. Big moment for the 25 there. Minimal damage, thankfully, by the looks of it. 728 getting another run on the inside of the 5. 5 of Henderson completely by himself. 04 Scott Rush trying to get back up there with him. 728 slides in front. Ace Campbell in the Campbell's Classic Chicken Soup Dubby number 728 machine. Running the hell out of it at the moment. Back in the lead with 18 to go. Question is, will he be able to hold it from the might of Dakota Henderson? 728 looking to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. 5 not going with him. 68 of Michael Lovelace. Kind of aero blocking at the moment. Sliding down in front of the 728 once again. 728 holding rank. Trying to side draft off the 68 now. 5 of Henderson spoiled for choice as to who to draft with, knowing the 68 has some serious speed and will definitely try to get back with them. 68 starting to pull ahead once again. 5 of Henderson right there behind him. 04 of Scott Rush also spoiled for choice now as we continue back on around through turn 2 and down the backstretch we go. 728 needs to slide back in line with the 5 before Scott Rush gets there. 728 reeling in the 5 now as he slides down across the midline. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. Pabst White Trash, number 5 of Dakota Henderson, back in the lead of this race at the moment as we charge down through the tri-oval. Everybody, top 4. Racing with each other down the backstretch we go once again. 68 of Michael Lovelace still trying to hold everybody together. Doing his best to at least finish on the lead lap as well. 728 of Ace Campbell still side by side with the 5 of Dakota Henderson with 15 laps to go this time at the line. 728 stuck on the bottom, trying to make the magic happen way down there, running it like you would in any normal super speedway car configuration, like an ARCA car or next gen. Shortest line is the fastest line mentality. Not a bad strategy, but in these 1987 cars where there is very limited aero, patience and timing are gonna be the name of the game out here tonight at Talladega as we continue back on around. 5 of Henderson all over the bumper of the 68. 728 of Ace Campbell right there with him, trying to get that slingshot down into turn 3. Running it all the way out. 5 of Henderson down to the bottom of the racetrack. 728 right there with him, looking up the inside on the midline. Off of turn 4 and back into the tri-oval. 728 has the slingshot. He's going for it. Side by side with a 5 once again, right down to 14 laps to go. 728 up to the lead of this race out here tonight. 68 of Michael Lovelace starting to slow down a little bit. You can definitely see 728 trying to pull away from the 68 of Michael Lovelace off of turn 2, almost giving him the door. Off of turn 2, 5 of Henderson shunting the 68 of Michael Lovelace as we continue back on around. Down the backstretch and into turn 3 we go again. Back around off of turn 4. Huge speed, Ace Campbell and Dakota Henderson still side by side, and I completely picked all of the wrong cameras. There we go. Ace Campbell, Dakota Henderson still fighting it out. Scott Rush now also into the mix. We continue back on around 04. Scott Rush, 728 Ace Campbell just has a little bit extra speed. 5 of Henderson pulling away a good bit though. 728 starting to really slow down. Not sure if he's got a problem. May have just destroyed those Goodyear Eagle tires, which would be catastrophic at this point of the race. 56, very slow off the wall. Not sure if he got shipped or something. 56 of Mike Daughtery, going very slowly, trying to reel in Scott Rush and Dakota Henderson once again. Back around in through the tri-oval and into turn 1 we go. 04 Scott Rush helping the 728 reel in. As the 728 gets closer, the 04 speed will improve as well. Starting to reel in the 5 in the 68 of Dakota Henderson and Michael Lovelace. Lovelace a lap down still, but Dakota Henderson, the leader, getting assisted around by the 68 of Michael Lovelace. 2 teammates working together. Back around through turns 3 and 4. A lot of good speed happening at the moment. Off of turn 4. 728 dives down to the bottom once again. Not sure if he's blowing up or what. But he keeps pulling right on down to the bottom line of the racetrack. 04 Scott Rush just ahead. 5 of Henderson right there too. I believe that was the 8. Nope, that was... I don't know who that was. That may have been Keith Ayers. That is Keith Ayers in the Crisco number 19. Down a lap. At the moment, 04 Scott Rush blocking the 728. 5 of Henderson still leading the way. 04 in the 728 tried going down to the bottom early. Can't quite make the momentum happen. 5 of Henderson in the 68 of Lovelace. Arrow blocking a little bit there. 728 committed to the bottom, trying to get Scott Rush to go with him. If they can get Mike Daughtery go down there with them, they might have a good run together, but it's a lot to ask with 10 laps to go. 04 Scott Rush down to 3rd now. 5 of Henderson in the lead. 728 of Ace Campbell in 2nd. Mike Daughtery in 4th. Michael Lovelace in 5th. Last car on the lead lap is actually in front of the 5 of Dakota Henderson, being punted all the way down the backstretch. And into turn 3 we go again. 728 of Ace Campbell trying to get it all the way down into the bottom of turn 3. Back around into turn 4 we go again. Still trying to keep this momentum up. This is some truly electric racing out here tonight at Talladega with the 1987 series here with the Wild West Racing League. Coming down to 9 laps to go this time by. Wild West Racing League is brought to you in part by WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. 728 at Ace Campbell, way off the racetrack. He is all the way down to the bottom. He may have destroyed those Goodyear Eagle tires, and he is going to have to pit with just 9 laps to go out here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. Very unfortunate way for his night to end as he slides it onto pit road. Hopefully he did not mass a pit road penalty. Five of Henderson leading the way. 04 Scott Rush. Mike Daughtery in the 56, his only real competition. Michael Lovelace just about a lap behind him. It's weird to say that Michael Lovelace is a lap behind when he's in front of the file. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Ace Campbell just entering his pit stall now, needs a good stop to at least try and get back out. If there is another caution, this will be a Hail Mary for him, but if it's not, it will be catastrophic for Ace Campbell. Ace Campbell still down pit road. Keith Ayers going on by, putting Campbell a lap down now. Mike Presley looking to do the same. Dakota Henderson's last pit road stop was at lap 28, a 15-second stop. 04 of Scott Rush wasn't probably much better off. Yes, they were. Everybody last pitted at lap 28 at the last caution, as we do see some cars coming down pit road. This could be it. 5 of Henderson locking them up, managing to get it back going. Ace Campbell very slow off of the exit of pit road with just 6 laps to go. Really needs to take off out here tonight, get that lap back and get into the lead of this race. Keith Ayers, Ace Campbell, very loose. Not sure if he's got a problem, as he slowly gets up to speed once again out here tonight. Cold tires and a high horsepower car, not the easiest thing to get readjusted to on the fly. Mike Daugherty still leading the way with 6 laps to go. 728 starting to pick up some speed. 56 going down off of pit road. 25 of Nick Daugherty in the grass, trying to keep it rolling, but not really helping himself out here tonight. Keith Ayers, I believe, will be in the lead of the race out here tonight. Scott Rush, Dakota Henderson, no, they will not. Scott Rush, Dakota Henderson back into the lead of this race. Mike Daugherty down pit road. Still with 6 laps to go. Scott Rush and Dakota Henderson with about 3 seconds between them. No, maybe not quite that much. Hang on here. Nope. 1 second between them. My apologies. 1 second between Scott Rush and Dakota Henderson. Michael Loveless now officially a lap down behind Scott Rush and Dakota Henderson, but still with this lead pack. Gene Watkinson ahead of this field at the moment. Ace Campbell down 1 and spins out off of turn 2 and pummels the inside wall. That might be his night over out here tonight at Talladega. Very unfortunate way for his night to end after a wonderful night of racing, as Ace Campbell immediately gets towed back down to pit road to prevent a caution. Coming on down to 4 laps to go. 04 and the 5 with a huge head of speed out here tonight. What a run from the 5 of Henderson. Dakota Henderson decided to wake up and win today here at Talladega. It has just been all about him, almost sending the 111 around. 68 right there with him, 2 teammates working together. Michael Loveless in the number 68 Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation, number 68. Whoa, gets punted by the 111. Slides it out and keeps it going. What a run from the 68 of Michael Loveless. What a save. Whew. 111 of Gene Watkinson was not going to take any of that crap from the 5 and decided to get rid of his help in the form of the 68 of Michael Loveless. I'm not entirely certain that was an intentional wreck by any means, but man, that does look a bit sketch. 04 of Scott Rush trying to reel in Dakota Henderson once again with just 3 laps to go here at Talladega. Back into turn 3. I don't think anyone's going to have an answer for them. Ace Campbell down to pit road with a lot of damage. That might be his night over, unfortunately, out here tonight at Talladega. Coming back around to 2 laps to go. 5 of Dakota Henderson needs to come around the next 7 turns to win out here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Rolling off of turn 2. Just 6 turns left to go now. 0-4 of Scott Rush slowly closing in. Scott Rush in the 0-4 Raiders Wasteland. Chevrolet Monte Carlo doing his best to reel him in. Starting to really pick up some speed now. Question is, will he be able to get there? 111 of Gene Walkinson right there as well. 68 of Michael Lovelace with another huge burst of speed, trying to help out his teammate in the 5. Sticking up all the way to the high side. Back around through to Trialville we go. White flag is out, coming back no matter what out here tonight at Talladega. 68 of Lovelace breezes on past the 0-4, but goes straight past his teammate in the 5. 5 of Henderson trying to get behind the 68. Might be a better pusher than he is a leader. 0-4 of Scott Rush trying to stick with him. Get any form of slingshot he might have left. We charge back around into turn 3. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. 0-4 Scott Rush might not have it in him tonight. Just very unfortunate as we roll off of turn 4. 68 of Michael Lovelace helping his teammate, the number 5 of Dakota Henderson. Dakota Henderson coming on back around to win out here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Scott Rush in second. Keith Ayers very far behind, just exiting turn 4 in third. Mike Presley 40 seconds behind the leader in fourth. Michael Lovelace 46.0 behind in 5th. Mike Daughtery down 1. Gene Walkinson down 3. Ace Campbell in 8th. Down pit road, Nick Daughtery down in 9th. And Justin Bell out of the race early on. One heck of a race out here tonight for everybody here at Talladega. But Dakota Henderson with a fantastic win right at the end here at Talladega. Let's see if we can get him in here.
Good.
Dakota Henderson, this is Pat Wilkinson up the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Dakota, one heck of a race for you out here tonight. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, man. Just trying to do what I can.
Well, talk us through it. That was just some great racing between you, Ace, and Michael Lovelace there for a good long while. Obviously, being teammates with Michael Lovelace tends to help.
Yes, it does. That's all part of it, though. Yeah, teammates definitely help on this, but the old white trash Chevrolet Monte Carlo was a fast one. Old Bipolar Designs had it hooked up, and we'll try to get them again next week. And got to definitely thank my teammates, Michael Lovelace, for helping me out, and just that's all I got.
Well, we appreciate you joining us up in the booth. Congratulations on a fantastic win out here tonight here at Talladega. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we sign off?
I'd like to thank Bipolar Designs for my hot rod, and Tanner for the league that he's put up for us, and thank you for the broadcast, and love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll get them tomorrow night.
Well, best of luck to you for tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us up in the booth, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Let's get Keith Ayers in here. Keith Ayers, P3 out here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. What a run for you. Congratulations.
I felt like a Spanish, like a Puerto Rican in this hair.
Hi, Scott.
I felt Puerto Rican.
What's up?
I'll get to you in a minute. I started with Keith, okay?
Oh, yeah. Pull me in. Just pull me in. I'll be in the driver's meeting channel. Sorry, guys.
Just stay here. Okay,
just
okay. Mute yourself,
all right.
okay?
All right. Thanks.
Keith, take it away.
It was the far distant third. My race started a bit rocky because I forgot to add fuel to the car after my qualifying run, so I had to battle back. It was just a tough road to hoe overall, and I'm just thankful to come back for a third place finish.
Well, hey, that was one heck of a result for you in the end out here tonight. A fantastic third place regardless. Still some pretty major points on the leaderboard. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Nope, just continue to shout out to my team every week. They bring me fast cars, and hopefully I can carry this momentum into the ARCA car tomorrow night at IRP.
Best of luck to you. Thanks for joining us out here tonight once again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Scott Rush in the 04.
Yo.
How are you, buddy?
Good, man. I'm happy with that. I'll take a second place. I wish I would have had a teammate at the end. I don't know if you noticed, but I made a huge gamble on that last pit, and I just took fuel only, didn't take any tires. So if I would have had a teammate out there with me, and I tried to ride Gene for a little bit, but if I'd have had Presley or Justin Bell with me, I think I could have built a big enough lead, because Dakota was like a second and a half, 2 seconds behind me coming out of the pit. So if I'd have had somebody with me, I think I would have had a different result. But he ran me down quickly, caught me, got in front of me, and then he linked up with Loveless, and I just ran out of track.
Well, hey, I'd say that was one hell of a run for you out there tonight. Regardless, 4 laps led out of 60. Nothing to shake a stick at, especially here at Talladega Superspeedway. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
No, thanks. A lot of fun, man. Appreciate you doing the broadcast. You always bring some fun commentary, and thanks for taking the time to do it. And hope you get some sleep tonight for that 5 a.m. start.
My autistic booty, not knowing how to do any of this professionally and pretending that I'm better than Fox Sports.
Hey, look, you do a good job, man, and we all appreciate it. And go get you some sleep for that 5 a.m. comes early, buddy.
Yes, it do. We die like men.
That's right. Take care, man.
Thanks for joining us once again, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Balls. All right. We also have one more quick interview. Ace Campbell.
Campbell,
welcome up to the booth.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. Ace Campbell ran 10 laps in the lead, but just had a bit of a moment in the dying 3 or 4 laps of the race out here tonight at Talladega. Want to talk us through that amazing result regardless?
Yeah, so coming up towards the end right there, I had about half a lap of fuel left whenever I went to go pit. So I had just a little bit less fuel than everybody ahead of me, and got caught speeding on pit road, came out of pit road and hit it a little bit too hard because I didn't change tires, and just spun out just a little bit and wrecked. But that was the most fun I've had in a while. I can't believe I was up there running with them. I ain't gonna lie though, I thought Loveless was on the lead lap with us that entire time. I didn't realize he had just gotten on the lead lap. But that was so much fun running with these guys. These are some of the best drivers I've ever raced against. So it was a lot of fun, man.
Well, hey, congratulations once again out here tonight. Despite the P8 result with 10 laps led out of 60, nothing to shake a stick at for your second 1987 Cup Series race. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Just thank you to Dubby, current sponsor. Just picked them up. Thank you to them. Thank you to you for the beautiful wrap on the car. And thank you to my wife for actually letting me do this on the weekends. So.
Appreciate that very much. Thanks for joining us up in the booth once again, and congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, folks, you've yet again managed to spend another hour and a half with all of us here at Tier 1 Studios. We thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you've enjoyed. Let's take a quick look at the actual results out here tonight. Dakota Henderson, Scott Rush, and Keith Ayers, your top 3. Dakota Henderson, the hard charger, with 7 positions gained, most laps led. Fastest lap goes to Keith Ayers with a 45.044, and with a pole position out here tonight. 6 different leaders over 22 laps. One heck of a night out here tonight. 2 cautions over 6 total laps as well. Wild West Racing League brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. My name's Pat Wilkinson, up in the booth. This has been the Wild West Racing League 1987 Cup Series. And until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah. fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built one. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading tier one. Set up shop tier one. Take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, tier one, set up shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear, yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading tier one. Set up shop tier one. Yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, tier one, set up shop. See you in victory lane. Tier one, set up shop. Tier one. Tier one.